Hey guys, Captain Levi here with a new little series I've started off called What If? And this is episode 2. I didn't know that this was going to turn into a full head-on series, but after realizing from yesterday's video, I kind of want to do it now. And seeing that Final Fantasy IX is actually the perfect entry for this, I just said why not. So here we go. Why should Final Fantasy IX deserve a Final Fantasy IX 2 or a sequel? It's kind of hard to just answer that with one single answer because there's so many things that this game leaves off with, especially starting off at the end. Well, that's basically where everything takes off at. With Necron, the Crystal, Kuja, the genomes. What are they gonna do? Well, they have no soul. They're gonna live with the black mages. Why is it that we don't know anything about Vivi, and how did he manage to have 4 or 5 sons when we know that black mages are made inside of a village and that they're born with expiration dates, which is about a year? So taking them to the black mage village would only last about a year, and it just doesn't really make too much sense if they're gonna die anyways in a year. They're just gonna leave the vessels, if you would, the genomes from Terra, these lifeless, soulless bodies that Garland has created for the people of Terra to take over once their planet merges with Gaia. And you know, that's enough for its own story. So let's just go through the first 4 things that I named out already, which was Necron, the Crystal, Kuja, and the genomes going to the Black Mage Village. So starting off with Necron is basically the manifestation of death itself. Without Necron, the Crystal would have absolutely no purpose at all, because without the death and destruction that Necron brings, there would be no soul process and life and rebirth for the Crystal to have. He kind of works as one of the third functions of the process of life and rebirth. You need death. It is the middleman. It is how the Crystal would even cycle the souls. So I could easily see a story being built, 5 to 10 years after the end of this game, where, a soul of Terra, Elder, awakens and takes Garland's role of guiding the souls of Terra onto rebirth, because that is what Garland's role was to begin with. And they even say that the elders of Terra went to sleep, and that they would awaken once Terra was back to, once the blue light turns red. That is when Terra is back to life, but for now it's dead. But moving away from the ending and the death and the Crystal and just the basic lore and functions for birth and rebirth and death, let's move on to something a little bit more, friendly-ish, if you would. Basically, when you see the end of this game, you see everybody have a happy ending. Let's start off with Vivi. Vivi, knowing he is a doll that was created with only a 1-year lifespan, or around a 1-year lifespan, and he ends up having 5 children. So I don't understand, or 6 children, sorry about that. I don't understand how he ends up having children, and B, if he died already, how much longer after the story ends is it that we see the ending when we see Vivi's sons walking by? Like, were they born with just one single life, or 1 year with just 1 year of life, or were they actually born from the souls of the Black Mage Village, or the genomes in the Black Mage Village? I just think that would be fucking awesome and really cool, honestly. I would really like to see something like that. So that could on itself be enough stuff to simply make all of this a genuine and pursuable sequel to the game, because honestly Final Fantasy IX finishes off on a rather cliffhanger, if you would. Almost everything is cliffhanging, and it's easily able to be tampered with to make a continuation or a sequel to. And that's something that I really liked about Final Fantasy IX, is that it did not need to finish up. It didn't need to go tie any loose ends or anything, but it is still a masterpiece for its time, and it's honestly my most favorite Final Fantasy ever. It's the first Final Fantasy I played when I was a kid, so I love Final Fantasy IX. Then I got into 7 and 8. That's the order, and from there on I played all the Final Fantasies. But guys, honestly, tell me what you guys think about these little tidbits and theories that I have simply from the story of Final Fantasy IX. Remember, this is just a what if video. What if Final Fantasy IX had a sequel? I could honestly see it, and I would be so damn hyped. So damn hyped. That's almost like Final Fantasy VI getting a remake. That would be hype as fuck. But guys, I appreciate all the support this past month. I have actually doubled my channel in subs within the past month, which is crazy, man. I highly appreciate every single one of y'all. But yeah, guys, let me know if you like this new little What If series, and I will keep making more for the time being. But Captain Levi is out. Y'all take it easy. Peace.
We can fight our desires.